This is a sad sequel in the daily life of the Back Road Boys. So have your hanky ready, and for the final scene, which could get violent, be prepared to clear out quick like a birdie.
You know, Zach, I brung these two computerized mics over to your sound studio, you being an authority on these puppies, because I ain't overly thrilled with their performance. You knows the guy over near Cincinnati that peddled them to me, he sweared all over the parking lot they was all but practically brand new. You'd almost believe some old grandmother owned them at one time and just used them once in a blue moon.
Sure as the sun comes up, Joel. They supposed to digitalize.
That's what the second-hand guy says, but these don't seem to digitize the voice worth a hoot.
Well, boy, you know that's real technical business.
That's exactly why I brung them to you, Ike, and I hopes you can check up on the synchronization as well. Top of it, that seemed to be sorrowfully lacking.
Let's plug them in. I got my special power plug right here. Happens. You sing me a high vibration song, says like, Old Man River. Meanwhile, this here stethoscope around my neck, I can test out on them mics like a cat's paw. Old Man River, Old Man River, Old Man.
How's that, Ike? That enough for your test?
Hell yes, boy. And you wants to know my diagnosis? Shoot, boy. Who done petty to these no-account mics? You see, no way is these any computer mics. They just the same old common garden variety jobbies that been manufactured ever since Thomas Edison. These no way any computer operation. You've been taken by some snake in the grass. I asked you, where is the synchronization? Where the digital aspect? Shoot. The artificialization done got lost in the shuffle, my man. I would take these right back from where you purchased them and throw them right back in that guy's lap for a full refund.
Well, God darn it, Ike. That's exactly what I was going to do. That there guy charged me $50. I would have sworn he was on the legit. Why, he had the appearance of a choir boy.
And Joe Elvis did just that. Drove back a 2-hour ride to the outskirts of Cincinnati for his refund on the errant mics. And he is sore on the matter. I would use a stronger verbiage to describe his burn if this were not a mixed crowd and some kids viewing it. But I will use the letter P to label his anger, leaving you nice folks to fill in the blank.
Oh, hi there, fella. Oh, I see you got them there two mics in your paw, which I done ostensibly merchandise to you in all good conscience.
You betcha, mister, I got them microphones and I returning by to you for a refund. Hell, these are not no computer instruments the way you sweared all over the parking lot they was. Mr. Ike Foxbitty, who run a sound studio in Louisville, he is a recognized expert on all audio equipment sees. He checked these babies out on my suspicions, and Mr. Foxbitty established beyond any doubt, well, they got absolutely no digital interlock. And that they synchronize is a plumb joke. Mister, you done took me on your testimony backing up your merchandise. Tarnation, I should have checked them babies out before I come across the 50 big ones. No wonder you claims you had no power hookup.
Look at that there sign on the board, boy. What does she say? No refunds honored. No way at these prices. Stinging bees, boy. You got to know the merchandise you're dealing in.
Wait a minute, fella. What about my warranty?
Oh, you think this Saks Fifth Avenue or what?
You mean I purchased these here mics on pretext?
Caveat emptor, buddy. Ain't that the Latin term for buyer beware? Well, if you paid out for what you didn't know a hill of beans about, well, You should have known what you're buying. Don't expect me to be some sound doctor. I just run an honest shop. So now you holding back for something you didn't know nothing about what you should have.
Now that there a bunch of blame double talk, mister. Maybe you prefers I take these fraudulent mics right over to the sheriff's office. Maybe that'll work out nice for you. I explains to the law that you done guaranteed these mics sure digital computerized.
I never did, boy. You must be hearing things. Maybe you might ought to go to our local doctor for a hearing test. I might have said them amplifiers play as good as computer mics, but that be the long and the short of the matter entire.
You trying to foggy up the issue, mister, but you can count that I was going to make my way straight to the law, buddy.
Okay, big shot. You just go ahead and try that stunt. You just a sore loser. It's gonna be your word against mine all the way, chump. And say, now that I thinks about it, is you got a contract all signed by me that states what I did say or what I didn't say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, what in blazes I done actually told you or did not told you? It's like etched in stone that these mics is computerized equipment. What can you prove in front of some judge, boy? What can you prove you in front of some judge? You might as well scratch your fanny as far as I was concerned.
You scratch your own ass, mister. I bet the sheriff of these here parts already knows this is one heck of a crooked operation you got you here. No question about it.
That really made me laugh, boy. See, having the sheriff around here is Sheriff B.M. Bloodworth. Just happened he are my own cousin, chump, on my mama's side. So who we gonna believe in all good honesty? Sheriff gonna believe your tall tale or my considered testimony? Oh man, you got a real problem.
Mister, I'm going to think things over for now. Going straight back to that guy Ike, the expert on this type of sound equipment, and see what he stated. But you surely going to hear from me one way to other, sooner or later.
Didn't I warn you this is a tearjerker? Joe Elvis got himself screwed good and is in a bad frame of mind. Just this minute, he is back at the motel ranting and raving to poor Verge. Well, can you blame him for being steamed good?
Dang, Verge. Think the card's staked on me. That second-hand louse, he got the law on his side. No wonders he'd fly so high, wide, and handsome with his shabby deals. You knows the man's cousin is that there Sheriff Bloodworth who tried to take us boys for $600 over at that motel with a tricky computer. When I heard Bloodworth the sheriff, where that bozo got his second-hand store, I cleared out of those parts real quick.
Tell you, Joe Elvis, looks to me like you better forget them two mics. Just figuring you got yourself stung good.
But that hard to take, Verge. That 50 good bucks down the drain. I'm thinking. I gotta put the magic thumper to my brain. Thinking. Oh yeah, Verge. Something coming through. Something materializing right in front of my closed eyes. A master plan.